I love that. Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, the studio audience. How you doing? Okay, let's get started. It's time for what? I'm so conflicted, but I have to talk. Jeffrey, you know I love you, your kids, your wife, the whole Jersey connection, our thing that we got going on. But Ja Rule, okay, Jeffrey, that's what I call him. Look, he's being ripped apart on social media for offering you to do your taxes. Okay, he posted an ad for his business, for his tax business, encouraging people to use them. I don't think it's Jeff that's gonna be doing your taxes, 1 + 1 = 8. No, I believe that where he signed up with a bigger company, they might pay him for the endorsement, you know what I'm saying? And then it's Jeff's job to put it out there on social media. You understand? Well, Twitter had a field day on Jeff. They reminded him of the Fire Festival, which I know it's been on American Greed. You like American? I like American Greed. He's been on that Fire Festival has been on American Greed at least 3 times, and I've watched it all 3 times. It's the gift that keeps on giving because I learn something new each time I watch it. But I've always stuck to what I feel, and that is even with the Fire Festival where people ate cheese sandwiches and stayed in huts and there was no water and stuff. Remember Fire Festival? But my thought about that, too, was like, no, Jeff was talent for hire. They hired him because he's got the celebrity and the followers, you know what I mean? And then there were money people behind his fault. So stop with that, number one. Number two, I understand in jail for a moment because of tax evasion. Sorry, Jeff, I just do the whole story, but I'm on your side, okay? He was sentenced for 2 years in prison. He was already in prison on gun charges, and he promised, and then while he was in prison on the gun charges, they double backed around. They said, now, hold on now, and you owe us taxes. So he promised to pay more than $1 million in back taxes. I would imagine that's paid by now. Yes, no, maybe it's probably paid. But the thing, though, Jeff, is that I feel like people will always look at you for a particular period of time. It might be 2 years, it might be 3. People forget stuff really quick, but you haven't given them a chance to forget. I just saw the American Greed Fire Festival this past weekend. Yeah, they run all the time. One of my favorite shows starring Stacy Keach in that voiceover. Oh. He sits there and talks to us like a smooth operator and introduces us to all kind of crime and how it goes down. But my thing, Jeff, is that if you just lay low for like 2 years and make music, because you're still cute, you still got that voice, there's something about you. If you came out with a banger, I would twerk. I would. But I think endorsing taxes when the tax evasion thing went on, and then people still blame you for the Fire Fest, even though I don't believe you had a part to it. Like, get yourself a nice energy drink. You got a nice little body under there. I mean, I see a formation. There's something, you know what I mean? Like something different than the taxes. Sorry I had to do that story, but I get in the chair and my booty buzzes and I just got to talk. My booty is buzzing. Dina Lowen and the whole Lowen family, I like you all a lot, but my booty's buzzing, I gotta talk. Dina, by the way, you look fabulous in court the other day. No. This is not, there she is. Look at Dina. For all she's been through, she looks every bit of a spring chicken to me. Dina is possibly going to jail for 6 months. Now, Dina, only Norman in our meeting said 6 months is driving outside the Outback Steakhouse at the Merrick Strip Mall. You know, she ran over a car and then drove away. And then when she got home, the owner of the car and the cops were already on her driveway. And then the officer asked her to get out, and she fell on her face and smelled the alcohol and stuff. So here's what happened. She was in court yesterday, and that's the footage I just showed you in the all blacks. She looked good, though, right? Look at her go. Look, Dina. The prosecutor said, Dina, just plead guilty, and you're going to get 6 months in jail and 5 years probation. Only Norman said, 6 months in jail is too much. I said, if she doesn't plead guilty, she could go for a year, year and a half, 2 years. This is DWI. This is her second one. And this one, she's got 6 counts. 6. I forget what the counts were, but whatever they were, they're counts. Now, she doesn't wear wigs, so she's good. You know, some of us are like that. Hold on now. No, you can't wear wig and eyelashes in jail. That's not a place for me. Dina, just plead guilty. Go to jail for 6 months. Lindsay, stay out of it. You know, this is not where you're supposed to jump in and help your mom. Your mom is a grown woman. Lindsay, you're trying to get your life back on board. The family, her mother, and everyone. Just Dina's a grown woman. She went in there and came out and ran. Like, Dina, man. And the 6 months didn't even bother me, even though that's a long time with no wig. Here's what's the worst part. People always forget probation is very serious. Do you know that when you're in probation, you could never sit around people who
have been other convicts? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It's something like this. I think, is there a lawyer in the audience? Not one? Okay. Don't raise her hand. She didn't graduate. Your friend. You're in law school. Well, does probation mean, like, for instance, if you are in a party and somebody is smoking a joint, you are in trouble with your probation officer? Okay. If you go back to the Outback and everybody at the table gets tossed up, are you in trouble for that?
I mean, you're basically telling me like you're in the wrong place at the
Wrong place, wrong time. If you're at a party and somebody fires a gun.
supposed to be around firearms.
Well, I know you're not supposed to be, but you can't help it if you go into the club and somebody has a gun.
I mean, if you didn't touch it, I don't know, because sometimes the whole chain of custody issue, but if you didn't touch it, I on the table in his house, and so that was an issue. So even if you were not holding it, it was there in the same vicinity as you.
Yeah, what if you go to somebody's house and they own a gun? Thank you, ma'am. What if you go to somebody's house and they own a gun? Anyway, Dina's February 27th. It's always good to know somebody in the legal system. Now, she's only in school, so she doesn't know everything, but I see you studying. Good luck to you. Do you know... I got this really, really smart friend, and she's a bit older than me, and her name is Marilyn, and she happens to be an attorney, and a moneyed attorney, I might add. And, oh yeah, new life, new rules. Because they're bum attorneys, too. You know what I'm saying? No, not Marilyn. So I was sitting with Marilyn the other day, and I said, I like your ring. And so she goes, you do? I said, yeah. She said, you want it? I said, yeah. So she knows my life, so she knows I need as much luck as I can possibly get at this. She said, here, I'm going to give it to you. I said, thank you. Oh, my gosh. Give me that. Look, it was given to Marilyn by her moneyed friend, Donna Karen. Yes, this is not Donna Karen, but I'm saying, you know, the dress lady. Donna went to Africa, right? And she was in the bush, and then They cut down some sort of, or there was like wood on the ground, whatever, and they made this. It's made out of wood, and it's a good luck ring. So Marilyn gave this to me, and it was from Donna Karen. I said, well, now how are you going to get your good luck? She said, I'm friends with Donna. I'm going to see her, like next week. She probably got a bunch of them, but she gave them out to her special friends. So Marilyn, via Donna Karen, by the way, I wear a lot of your clothes here on the show. I could use a deeper discount. But I love the ring, and I feel lucky all. I don't have a type. You know what I mean? Once the conversation gets going, maybe all of a sudden you're my type. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I walk in a room, you're not my type. But it could take 5 minutes of conversation. I'm like, oh, well, now hold on now. You're my type. You're my type. Okay, so you know this guy, Larry David. He created Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld, the whole bit. Okay. And Larry David was there, and I was there with some other people, and Larry and I had a conversation, and all of a sudden, I started to feel my panties drop. I mean, they didn't, but yeah. Suzanne, it was so random. This was years ago. Like, I love the 92nd Street. Why? They got a good, clean pool and good customers. It's in a good zip code and a good neighborhood and stuff. And we're all there, and Larry's there, and we start talking. And I forget what we were talking about. Oh, he was dressed like this. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I was dressed random, and there was nobody dressed up, but he was just cool as a cucumber, Suzanne.
I bet.
Suzanne, cool. And he's older.
Yep.
But you know what? He had a flatty. Not a fatty.
No, a flat.
He had a flatty. Just like that.
Yeah.
And there's something virile about him.
Yes.
And his conversation was and he seemed like he could dig a black girl. You know, on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Vivica Fox is his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I buy into what I see on TV like you do, right? Anyway, but we're talking, we're having a good time. Anyway, here's what had happened, right? By the way, I haven't seen him since then. I've probably never seen him again in my life. It was a random happenstance. I'm just saying he was very attractive on that evening to me. So now look. So Larry went off on a group of autograph hounds. These people waited for him outside of a venue for 7 hours to ask him to sign something. He uses the F word. He goes in on them. I got the footage. Take a look.
Larry waited 7 hours for you. I didn't tell you to wait 7 hours. No. Did you want to try? You gotta find another way to make money, okay? This is up. Nobody wants to do this. We don't want to do this. Why are you doing it? I've seen you at the airport. Okay? Stop it.
Well, here's what autograph hounds do. I mean, they've got a business also. What they do is they wait for celebrities outside of where they are, something, and then they don't even want it. They just sell it on eBay. You know what I mean? So they waited for Larry, and then Larry said, "Oh, and I just saw you outside the airport." You know what I mean? There are a lot of them over and over again. But here's what Larry did. Part of his charm, after cursing them out and yelling, he signed every last thing for them. I know. Look at him go. I don't get touch your pen. I don't know that you wash your hands. Maybe you have the flu or gingivitis or something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always have a Sharpie. I like the big fat ones, and I like to sign with my left hand, so you can't sell it on eBay because it's not my real signature. I'm signing. No, I'm a righty. Oh, yes. You want to play it quick and tricky? I'm the quickest and the trickier. That's a pretty ensemble, by the way. Your blouse, your skirt, and the mint green shoes are perfect. Like, you really took a fashion risk. And I love your roots.
Thank you.
Yeah. How you doing? Very pretty. Thank you for dressing for the occasion. Your shoes match my snake skirt. Anywho, so Rihanna and Shaggy are fighting, and I like them both. You know Shaggy. It wasn't me. And many more hits all through the years. He's the king of the dance hall. It's Shaggy. He's an icon in the community. So Shaggy said that he got turned down for a chance to be on Rihanna's new album because her team wanted him to audition. And Rihanna's team says that's not true. Excuse me. They say that after Rihanna finished her album, Shaggy reached out and asked them if he could be a part. And even though the album was done, Rihanna said to him, this is according to both of them, I like both people, and I feel as though the truth lies somewhere in the middle. You know, there's two people lying, two people telling the truth, and I'm in the middle. I'm talking to you. Rihanna's team told Shaggy to submit material so they could see if his content would fit the flow of an album that is already finished. They hoped that Shaggy will come out with the real truth. Shaggy, don't address this. Rihanna, leave this alone. You all's teams, please stop talking about this. She was doing a dance hall album. Well, I've known Shaggy for a long time. Longer than the picture I'm about to show you, but I'm going to show you something. Okay, now. And here we go. There's Wendy Jr. and her junior boobs. I might have been 24 at that time or something. There's Shaggy next to me. I don't know who any of these other people are, but all the way over here, there's Cool DJ Aretta Lurchall. Shout out to the legendary 98.7 Kiss before they went sports. So here's the deal. High ponytail. That's my good luck shirt. I still have it. I actually still have that shirt. Red lipstick. Oh, what a mess. But here's the thing. Shaggy he was insulted because he had to audition. Well, I don't think that Shaggy is an auditioner for something like a reggae album. He can just go in there and pop it real good, real quick, and that's it. But it's also Rihanna, and Rihanna is bigger than Shaggy in the bigger scheme of sorry, Shaggy, you know, you should have hopped on and just gone along. And I know you did your song with Sting, but Rihanna's bigger than Sting in the bigger scheme of what's going on now. Rihanna is bigger. This was a great opportunity, and I'm sorry that this just got all screwed up, but both artists, Rihanna and Shaggy, are great unto themselves. I'm sorry I had to report this story, but it's my job. I've been doing a lot of moving around, pictures and stuff like that. Not my fault. And I've been running across a lot of old stuff, you know? That's when I saw that Shaggy picture, and then we did the Shaggy story, and I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. Now look. That was me at about 225. Pounds. Oh yes. But I'm 5'11". I carry it. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot for a short girl. But I'm a tall girl, right? I was a little thickums. This is before any plastic surgery. Okay. Big juicy thighs. You know, I still love my bracelets. I'm consistent. 2 big phony tails, but real bangs in the front. And bad boy for life on the t-shirt. Oh, and my parents bought me that couch for $599 as a housewarming gift from Macy's back in the day. They bought me the couch, and the furniture's all from Siemens. Remember Siemens? Okay. Anywho, and I was happy on the radio. That's it for Hot Topics. You can stick around if you want to, because we got more show for you. Up next, and Victor Cruz is here. So grab a snack and come on back.
Hey, Wendy. How are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
doing?
I'm doing every day. It's like this. Look, just give me some shoe cam right
Okay.
here. Model.
Mom's told me about
Model.
the shoe cam. Make sure
Your
I'm
mom watches the show,
heavily. She loves you, Wendy.
but you're a sneaker guy.
I am, yes.
I heard that you have another place where you put your like you're one of those guys. I know guys like that. Like I know guys that do that.
Yeah, I've dedicated one of my bedrooms. I kind of revamped it and remodeled it and put up a bunch of shoes and backlit it and made it a whole pretty situation. But I have like,
Do you have a big chair in there so you go in there and smoke a cigar and just look at your wares?
no, I got this big shelf and I'm just kind of admire all my shoes.
Yeah. You talk on your cell phone.
Exactly.
What's your newest acquisition? What's the hot new thing like right now?
The latest shoe that I got, oh man, I mean, I get them in bundles, but I think a Travis Scott Nike is what I've gotten. That's kind of the latest. Y'all know Travis Scott?
Yeah.
And his sneakers is like a big thing right now.
Yeah, but the classic will always be the Air Force Ones. Wouldn't you agree?
That's not going anywhere.
White Air.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
So you're from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. You're from Patterson.
Correct.
So do you get back to Patterson often?
I do. I do a lot of charity work there. I work heavily with the Boys and Girls Club in my foundation. And I just always, I just remember being a kid and being young and no one like of my stature, I guess, coming back to talk to me and talk to us and tell us what to do.
Lou Costello's from Patterson.
Yeah, that was before my time.
Yeah.
That was a while back.
Abbott and Costello.
But they do have the statues of them in Patterson that
Yeah.
I've always admired and things like that. But I'll try to give back as much as possible because the kids need it.
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm so glad you didn't come out and salsa dance. No, you know
Thank
why?
you for not making me salsa.
No, I don't. You know why, Victor? Because I feel like people already know him for salsa dancing. This man is trying to move on to a whole nother career, and I, we already know that. You salsa dance in the end zone. There's like, salsa. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Did they ever ask you to be on Dancing with the Stars?
They have.
They have?
And this was years ago. This is while I was still a player. I was still playing. It was probably right after the Super Bowl. And at the time, they had guys like Jerry Rice and like Master P and things like that. And it felt like it was skewed to an older, more retired guys that they wanted. At the time.
How dare you?
At the time, Wendy. At least for the males that were on the show, not you. But yes. And at the time, I was like, I'm not doing this show. Y'all got Jerry Rice on it. He hasn't played in 15, 20 years.
Oh, you're very disrespectful.
Oh, yes. But, I was pressured. But at the end of the day, I chose not to do it.
They only asked you once, or
They only asked me once. And then Erin Andrews came later to me and was, like, trying to get me to do it after she did it a bunch of times. But I just never got around to doing it.
Because it's for old people.
Yes. At least in my...
Well, you're still young. You're only 33.
Correct.
But that's old in football years. Like, when you did that thing to your knee, it's like, that's the thing about, the sports. You can be great one day, but just one trip of the hip, the knee, the foot, it's like... I didn't see you walk in pain, though.
No, I'm good. Everything's great. I'm back to 100%.
Which knee was
It was my
exploded?
right knee, and I remember in the game, it happened, and it was one of those things where I instantly knew that, like, my career path in football was going to change.
Oh, my God. Did you cry?
I was boo-hoo crying the whole way off the field.
Yeah.
But I knew that everything was going to change in that moment, from how I was going to feel, depending on how I was going to come back from this injury, and just...
Spoken, you could have always been a broadcaster.
Yeah, I've done some sports work in my
Right, but so do you do the CBD oil or anything? Like, is that everything okay
No,
now?
I'm all good. I can run, jump. I play basketball in my free time whenever I get a chance. So I'm 100%. I can do everything I need to do.
Would you ever consider assisted coaching or something like that once you get old, like Jerry Rice or Master P?
Maybe when I get old like them, I'll think about it. But I just, I know those hours. I've been around those coaches. I know the work they put in, and I don't know if I'm ready for that, man. They're in there night and day. They barely see their families. It's a rigorous schedule.
It really is. Now, your daughter just turned 8, and this looks like it's gone through several filters, but I know that she's a natural beauty. I've seen her
no
before.
filters on this.
She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
What's her name?
Her name is Kennedy Cruz.
How do you get along with her mother?
We're good. We're good. We have a good relationship.
Because 8 years, I'm doing the math, so she was there holding you down. Okay.
She was there in the beginning of it, for the whole thing.
And then something happened, but you co-parent.
Yes.
And then you moved on to Karrueche Tran.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I like her a whole lot. Congratulations to you two. Actually, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought Karrueche and Puffy would eventually get married, or she'd have the baby, or something like that. She put in work.
Okay, and Puff, Karrueche and Puff. I'm confused.
Wait.
That's Cassie.
Oh, that's Cassie.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Both beautiful girls. Sorry, girls. All right, but I like Karrueche. I like Cassie too. But yeah, so how'd you meet her?
So I met her through I met her through a mutual friend of ours, and we had always kind of been friends. I would see her around, we would have conversation, but as I got reintroduced to her through a mutual friend, I was like, man, I gotta take a shot at this. If I want her to be my girl, if I want to take her seriously, I gotta take a shot.
So where'd you shoot your shot? The bowling alley, a club, like?
So I invited her to a very party of mine.
About how many people?
It was maybe no more than 15 people.
Oh, that's perfect.
Super intimate.
Go ahead, Victor.
So I invited her. She came. We hung out all night. I ended up staying in LA an extra day to go on our first date together.
What'd you do?
And we went to see, so EPLP, my favorite movie was showing, which was Pulp Fiction. And we
Okay.
and they give you blankets and bean bags and coffee and, you know,
Oh, well,
tea
not
and
under the
that.
blanket.
Yeah, I mean, we kept it PG. It was the first date, Wendy, so I couldn't get too.
Well, congratulations on the upcoming baby
I only got one.
with Karrueche. No, come on, dispel the rumor. That's why you're here too.
Yes, she is not pregnant. Obviously, she posted something.
Yeah.
She posted that on her Instagram
She's cute.
page.
That was
She's
a good one.
hilarious. But yeah, just to make sure that we're all clear, we're not pregnant.
Do you want more children?
I do. I want my little boy. I need my little football player.
Well, I mean, if it's a girl, then
I love her the same.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to get married? Do
I
you
do.
love her enough for that?
Absolutely.
Wow. So here's the thing. All right, enough with the love life. You're really good with this, by the way.
Thank you.
Like I honestly didn't know what I was going to be dealing with, Suzanne. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not talking sports all day.
It's fun. You got a cozy couch.
Yes, it's firm too, right? It's
it's
good for
like
the
that.
back. Audience is laughing.
Exactly.
We got the poppin' music. I know you heard it from upstairs.
My guy DJ Boof is holding it down. My guy Boof is holding it down. Why are you giving him that face?
Don't talk to him.
Okay.
So, but all right. So instead of like a lot of sports guys, you know, and they go into ESPN and that type of thing, you're in pop culture.
Yeah.
Okay. So the show is called Pop of the Morning. It's on E. Now you know. Now you're treading in my area.
Okay.
All
I
right.
ain't trying to step on your toes, Wendy. I'm gonna draw a line right here.
No.
We good.
Here's the thing about pop culture. You got to have a good old opinion about everything. Otherwise, you're just going to stand there and read a prompter.
Exactly.
Victor, you're going to make some enemies along the way. But you got Karrueche, you got your beautiful daughter. Obviously, you still have money. Look,
I did good at saving just a little bit.
so who's going to win the Super Bowl, J-Lo or Shakira?
That's because those are the two teams that are playing. For
Yes,
sure,
who's
for
going to
sure.
win?
You know, I'm Puerto Rican, so I gotta go J-Lo on this one, right?
Okay, see, that's the opinion that they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Victor, it was really, did you bring your mother here? Is she?
I didn't. I brought my sister here. She loves you just as much as my mother does. She's
Okay.
somewhere hiding. There
Hi,
she is.
sissy.
Oh, don't try to hide now.
Hey,
I
girl,
see you over
hey. Look, it was really nice to meet you. Don't be a stranger. Good luck with your new job.
Appreciate
It's dangerous water out here.
Thank you.
All right, and don't just read the prompter. Have an opinion.
There we go.
All right, Victor Cruz. Top of the Morning airs weekday mornings at 11 on E. Oh, my gosh. Do you like anchovies and stuff like that? Smelly food? I love. Well, then you can go home. The hottest food trends for 2020 up next. Keep it here. Yo.